Hi, this is Natalie Rydstrom from SBR Picks. Now, first place Chelsea host Newcastle on Saturday. And with Manchester City hot on their heels for top spot, this is a must-win. Sports writer and betting pundit Lee Phelps joins us now to break down the match and at the end of the show, give us his betting prediction. Now, no surprise, Chelsea are big favourites to win. In your mind, does 10th place Newcastle pose any threat for those 3 points?
Not really, no. I mean, they're a bit of a thorn in Jose Mourinho's side. Of course, they beat them, the other week. It's not so long ago that Cisse scored those 2 goals and managed to beat Chelsea. It was a bit of a shock to everyone, I think. And it maybe signified the fact that Chelsea were on the start of a bit of a drop in form over Christmas, but not as bad as Newcastle's drop in form. Ever since beating Chelsea, ironically, they'd been on this great run, if you remember, through October, November. They beat Chelsea, and that was like, it was almost like they'd done as well as they could have done. Since then, they've won once in 7 games and conceded 17 goals in the process. They've been to Tottenham and conceded 4. They've been to Arsenal and conceded 4 as well. And they've lost their manager, of course. You know, as we record this, Natalie, they haven't got a new manager. John Carver, the assistant's in charge. And, I've met John Carver a few times. Good guy, but more of a coach, more of a first-team coach than he is a manager. And I just wonder what the players will think. So I'm not too confident here. I don't think the players are too confident either. Papi Cisse scored more goals against Chelsea than he has against any other opponent. He's away at the Africa Cup of Nations. I mean, you wonder where the goals are going to come from. I think this could be getting back to winning ways for Chelsea, who, let's not forget, lost 5-3 to Tottenham in their last Premier League match.
Yeah, that's right. But Chelsea's win here is very low, as you'd probably imagine, 1.2. And even when you start to combine it, I don't have the odds to hand, but that still is low, to combine it with a sort of like the over or under 2.5 goals there. Would you use the Chelsea win for an accumulator bet instead?
Yeah, I think that's probably one that will go in a lot of people's accumulators. No, I wouldn't put anyone off. I think this could be a really routine win for them. If you look down the list of Chelsea home wins, and they've won every game this season at home, then, you see 2-0 appear, 2-0, 2-0, 3-0, 2-0, 2. I mean, Mourinho just loves a 2-0. You can see why. They get the job done, they break the opposition down, they score 2 goals, and they just rest. They just keep the ball, and that's it, game over. No need to, bust a gut and try and score 3, 4, 5. It's not his style. So I could see, with a 2-0, you could play the Chelsea -1, or you could play the 2-0 correct score, of course. Yeah. But I mean, there's a couple of men who've been pivotal in this home form. Diego Costa, of course, who's the Premier League leading scorer, so no surprise. He scored 9 goals in 8 matches at Stamford Bridge, fantastic record, but he's odds-on to score any time. The other man, Eden Hazard, who's just a fabulous footballer, the Belgian. He's got 6 in 9 appearances at Stamford Bridge, so very good for a midfielder. And he's a decent price. You're looking at around the 13 to 10 mark for him to score a goal here. And I think they'll cut Newcastle open eventually. And the way they do it is that the passing intricacy is so good. Cesc Fabregas, he's already got more assists this season than any player did last season in the Premier League. So, I mean, he's on fire as well. I think Eden Hazard to score a goal is my favourite bet here. But I do think Chelsea will win it 2-0, and you could probably play the -1.
Okay, then. Just looking here, Chelsea keeping a clean sheet is priced 1.8. Is that enough odds to tempt you to play that bet?
Yeah, I think so, because I think without Cisse, Newcastle's attacking threat is diminished a lot. I think they've really struggled. They've also missing Cheick Tiote as well. He's gone to the Africa Cup of Nations, so they're depleted anyway. They've got some injury problems at the club. So yeah, I think so. I think Newcastle will do everything they can just to try and get away with a 0-0 or try and nick a goal in the break. I don't think they'll manage it. I think Chelsea will get to them. I mean, there is a I've been saying 2-0 and -1. There is a possibility that 5-3 defeat for Chelsea really hurt them, really stung them. So they may want to score a few more goals here just to kind of get the shackles off. So, I mean, it may well be worth looking at -2, but it's not really the way Mourinho does things. He's a lot more controlled than that. So, it wouldn't be a big surprise if they won 3-0. But I think just for safety's sake, I wouldn't quite push it that far.
Well, looking in the over under 2.5 goals here, the play here, the favourite bet is the over 2.5 goals, and that's priced 1.6. But if your predictions are correct there, the under is priced very nice, and that's 2.45. So that could be another play here for this match. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, it could be, because like I said, if you look down those home wins, there are a lot of 2-0s, and obviously you don't need me to tell you that they obviously landed at the under 2.5. You know, I think people think that Chelsea are going to destroy teams. Well, they don't do they? I mean, look at those odds. If you'd have backed that every home game, you'd be in profit at those prices. You know, I'm not saying it would always be that price, but maybe they're expecting Newcastle to score a goal as well, the bookmakers. But again, without the striking talent up front, then I think they'll struggle to score goals. So I'd definitely play that under 2.5.
Yeah, all right. So Lee, run us through again the top tips, the bets you're looking at for playing for this match.
Well, the Chelsea under 2.5 goals I like. The Chelsea -1. And my favourite bet is Eden Hazard to score at any time in the match, around the 13-10 mark.
Wonderful. Lee Phelps, thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
The SBR network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.